Marcella, when we look at the federal poverty level, it doesn't include factors like the cost of gas, groceries, medicine, or rent. But the United Way's real cost measure study does. And they hope that this will give an accurate picture of who's struggling, where the help is needed. And we're learning in San Diego County, it's even worse.
Single mothers.
Our checks are going to bills and rent.
The cost of childcare.
Can you afford to spend $1,200 on daycare and pay your rent? I can't.
The price of groceries.
The inflation going up it's ridiculous.
The working poor.
It's disturbing. I'm never thinking that I, would be here, personally.
They're not alone.
36% of the households here in San Diego County are struggling. They're not meeting the real cost measure.
Nancy Sasaki is the president and CEO of the United Way in San Diego County and says the real cost measure impacts 350,000 families who can't make ends meet. Those are local seniors, single parents, white and Latinos, working families who struggle to pay for rent, medicine, food, gas, and childcare.
It's scary. It doesn't bode well for our future and for our community if we have this many families who are struggling.
Dr. Teresa Smith leads Dreams for Change, a nonprofit that provides safe parking lots for people to sleep in tents or their cars for at least 500 people a night in the county.
Those are just emergency responses and really doesn't get to the core of the clear issues around housing. So as much money as we put into that, we still need housing on the backside.
So what's being done to address it?
This is incredibly important, Dad.
Senators Tony Atkins and Steve Padilla joined local nonprofits for the United Way's discussion on the effects the real cost measure has on the region.
They won't be able to afford affordable.
Padilla authored Senate Bill 352, which would require the Workforce Development Board to recommend a minimum wage for each California county based on the cost of living in that region. It has stalled, but he says he hasn't given up.
It's a fundamental problem that I believe we need to address.
From the capital to local nonprofits, their goal is to help sustain families so they can thrive.
And that the families are doing well and kids have hope.
We heard from Dreams for Change, but there were other local nonprofits, housing nonprofits, developers, service providers, elected officials, and community leaders who were at the table in today's discussion. Marcella?
Thanks, Abby. Now, if someone watching is struggling to pay their bills, pay their rent, or to buy groceries, what kind of options do they have to get some help?
We know you can feel like you're drowning in bills and just trying to find that next step, that next grocery store. We found that the easiest place that you can start is by calling 211. There, when you call them, they can direct you in the right direction to give you any resources and provide any resources on who you can call, say it be a food bank that can help with your groceries, or SDG&E's Neighbor to Neighbor program that can help with your utility bill. So sometimes that first call, Marcella, can be so helpful, just getting you started on where you can get assistance.
All right, Abby, thanks so much. And you can find the resources that Abby just mentioned online at our website, cbs8.com, or download our free CBS 8 app.